Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners Zoom meeting for Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021. I am Chair of the Board, Commissioner Rick Vest. With me is Vice Chair Deb Shore, Commissioner Roma Odmondson, Commissioner Sean Flowerday, and Commissioner Krista Yoakum. Would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Clerk, please begin the meeting.
A copy of the Mass Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available in room 112. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approve the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, February 16th, 2021.
You're muted, Sean.
Move approval.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Thursday, February 18th, 2021.
I move approval?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes for Thursday, the 18th. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Abstain.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 4 yes, 1 abstention.
Hey, I'm sorry, quick clarification. Do we not need to, ignore me. I figured out what we're talking about. Keep going.
Go ahead, Dan.
The next is number 2, claims. 2A is amendment to the city or to the payroll claims report previously approved on February 16th, 2021.
Move approval?
Second.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is approval of all claims processed through February 23rd, 2021.
Move approval of the claims.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve all claims. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 3 are consent items. These are routine business items that are expected to be adopted without dissent. Any individual item may be removed for special discussion and consideration by a commissioner or by any member of the public without prior notice. Unless there is an exception, these items will be approved as one with a single vote of the Board of Commissioners. These items are approval of utility permits at no cost to the county for the following: number 2077, allowing Windstream, Nebraska to replace the communication line due to removal of county culvert Q70. Number 2075, allowing Windstream, Nebraska to replace the communication line due to the removal and replacement of county culvert J174. Right-of-way contracts with the following: Norma L. Sherman Living Trust, North 162nd Street and Ashland Road, in the amount of $1,311. Philip and Carrie Lenz Family Revocable Living Trust, Northwest 56th Street and Ashland Road, in the amount of $1,763. Amendment to County Contract C-21-47 with NMC for the trade-in value of a 2002 Cat motor grader.
Move approval of the consent items.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent items. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 4, new business. 4A is a recommendation from the Personnel Policy Board to recreate the use of county motor vehicles for community human resources policy bulletin.
Morning, Commissioners. Doug McDaniel, Human Resources. This new policy is developed to codify the use of county vehicles and the resultant fringe benefit tax that must take place as a result, in part with the implementation of Oracle and the ability to tax, and then to finally get something codified as an ongoing policy. It's been through the Personnel Policy Board and the County Attorney's Office as well. And I'm happy to respond to any questions.
I do have a question. It was interesting to me to see that you have $1.50 and then $3 for the time, I guess it is taken. Could you explain that?
Yes, certainly. The dollar amount was what was in place previously, and it was felt that rather than going with something that was more mileage driven, I'll say, with no pun intended, that basically it would be changing all the time and requiring employees to track their mileage and such. So a flat amount was the initial recommended amount.
Okay, that
Just for
explains it. I just was
administrative and
wondering.
operational purposes.
Yeah, thank you.
As someone who has managed a system that does the other thing, the flat amount was the right call.
I agree.
Completely.
Move approval.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to approve this recommendation. Any further discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. B are contracts to provide unit price pavement concrete services. The term of the contracts is from March 1st, 2021 through February 28th, 2022, with the option to renew for one additional one-year term. The cost of county is not to exceed $55,000 for all contracts with the following: A&J Donner Construction, Bauer Underground, Inc., Dickey Hines Muir Incorporated, K2 Construction, and MTZ Construction.
Move approval.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4C are recommendations from the purchasing agent and county engineer to award and execute purchase orders for supplying and hauling of gravel surface course material to the following: Gannett Trucking and Excavating in amount of $263,425. Buell Trucking, Inc. in amount of $288,250. RL Teeman Construction in the amount of $165,880. Westover Rock and Sand, Inc. in the amount of $132,480.
Good morning, Pam. Did you want to comment on this? I saw you popped up. I didn't know if you had anything you wanted to add.
Sure. So this is, we have a fall rock and gravel and a spring rock and gravel purchase. And this, of course, is our spring rock and gravel purchase. I guess I'll go ahead and share my screen briefly, just so the commissioners can see. There is line items 1 through 10 on the award list. And you may see that from this map, and it doesn't fit on my screen nicely, so I'll scroll it down. We do indeed have 10 rock piles around the county in order that we can deliver gravel efficiently. And so that is where we are at today with our request for rock and gravel purchase.
I will move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve these contracts. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. D are recommendations from the purchasing agent and county engineer to award and execute purchase orders for supplying and hauling of crushed rock surface coarse material to the following: Westover Rock and Sand, Inc., in the amount of $266,568. R.L. Tiemann Construction in the amount of $488,892.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. So as I spoke to the last item, which was the gravel, this is the item that is the rock. Although Dan did not have to read off all 10 lines because some companies were awarded multiple transport of rock and gravel to multiple piles, we do bid this by pile, and so that we can get the greatest opportunity for a small business to participate. And so we've done that once again here, and so I bring forward the rock bid for the spring.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. E is an agreement with Discovery Benefits LLC to administer certain elements of the county's obligations under the Consolidated Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act related to county health plans. The term of the agreement is 1 year from the effective date of the agreement.
Morning, Commissioners. Doug McDaniel, Human Resources. This contract is with an outsourced firm called Discovery Benefits to handle all the COBRA administration and retiree direct bill for health insurance. The history behind this is that Human Resources had been using a resident software since probably the late 1990s that resided on our servers. We were paying for an upgrade. The company no longer wanted to upgrade that legacy software, wanted us to go to their cloud-based product, but then told us that we probably could not satisfy the indemnification processes and such. So we went out on bid with Holmes Murphy. We have settled on Discovery as the organization to administer COBRA benefits. The actual cost to the county will be roughly $3,000 per year.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Thank you, Doug. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. F is a space rental agreement with the Lancaster County Agricultural Society for the Lancaster County tax lien sale on March 1st, 2021.
Rachel Garver, Lancaster County Treasurer. I just want to say we're kind of last minute with this, but due to the COVID pandemic and all, it has been very difficult to try and make sure we could do this in a very safe manner. We have changed our venue to the Lancaster Event Center, and we're hoping to have a successful sale on Monday.
Very good.
I will move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further questions for Rachel? Thank you, Rachel. Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 5 is update on COVID-19 and Lancaster County response.
I have nothing. Anyone else have a report at this time on COVID-19?
I am aware that corrections officers are starting to get shots this week. I believe actually the first shots in corrections officers' arms are going in today, I think. We did, I think it was 8,200 vaccinations between Thursday and Friday last week. I'm not sure if the total number on the week was more than that, but the number is scaling up.
Thank you.
Next is number 6, legislative update.
Commissioners, I have a couple of items to bring to your attention for this week. The first is LB 679, which has a hearing on the 4th. We initially had flagged this as a result of Douglas County having flagged this as an item of concern. Joe had recommended taking a position of opposition. This was related to the collection of lodging tax receipts by the tax commissioner with a 3% administrative fee. Once we actually got into this bill, it became apparent that this would have no effect on the county. This was targeted at cities and villages who currently do their own enforcement and collection. It would basically take the city and village enforcement and take it to the tax commissioner. We would ask the board to revise its position to taking no position on this bill, and we would take no position and submit no testimony or no letter. Either way, it really has no effect on Lancaster County.
Do you need a motion from us, Dave, or just a thumbs up from everybody on this one?
Well, since we're at the business meeting, why don't we take a motion?
Okay.
I
would-
move that
we
we
do nothing.
revise our position on that to no opposition or neutral.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to revise our position on LB 679 from opposed to neutral. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
We have one other item, and that is LB 424, which has a hearing on the 26th, I believe. This is related to state level zoning requirements for wind energy. Really, we testified in opposition to a similar bill in the last legislative session. This is from Senator Brewer, who had that legislation last time. It's not so much that our recommendation for taking a position of opposition here would be related to the substance of the legislation. It's more that what we've testified in the past is that we do not want to lose local control over our zoning power. So this would be an abrogation of our ability to zone for wind energy. As you know, over the last 5-6 years, Lancaster County has engaged in extensive regulation of wind energy. We just concluded the last round of regulation, and this would handcuff us in certain respects regarding noise standards and setbacks. We've already done this. We've already done this through the public process. It would require us to redo that public process to comply with state level zoning. So based on my discussion with Joe, we would recommend submitting a letter of opposition and taking a position opposed to this legislation.
Okay.
I move we oppose 424.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to oppose LB 424 and send a letter in our opposition. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Next is number 7, public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to county business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
There's no one here in the chamber, and I see no one on the Zoom call that looks like public comment, so we will close that.
Next is announcements. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting on Thursday, February 25th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold its next early meeting via Zoom on Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021 at 9 a.m. with the Board of Equalization immediately following. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commission@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live on Link TV City. For the rebroadcast schedule, visit lincoln.ne.gov. Meetings are also streamed live on Link TV and can be viewed on YouTube.
I move we adjourn.
Second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes,
Motion carries 5-0.
thank you all. I did get a couple